How many of you have set goals before, but found them slipping through your fingers like sand? You see, the significance of having goals cannot be overstated. Goals are the compass that guides us through the vast sea of life, giving us direction and purpose. Think about this. What if a ship set sail without a destination? It would drift aimlessly, subject to the whims of the wind and the tides. The same goes for us. Without goals, we drift through life, reacting to circumstances rather than shaping our destiny. Goals shape our lives and direct our actions, and that's why they're so critical. When I was a young man, I had a simple goal: to survive. I worked hard, did what I could, and hoped for the best. But hope, as wonderful as it is not a strategy. It wasn't until I met a mentor who emphasized the power of goal setting that my life began to change. He told me, Jim, you need to set clear, specific goals for your life. That advice was a turning point. Goals give us a reason to get up in the morning. They provide us with a sense of purpose and direction. When you set a goal, you're making a statement. This is where I'm going, and this is what I'm going to achieve. And let me tell you, there's incredible power in making that statement. Now, you might be thinking, I've set goals before, but I didn't achieve them. What's the point? Let me ask you another question. How often did you revisit those goals? How often did you remind yourself why you set them in the first place? You see, setting a goal is just the beginning. It's like planting a seed. To see it grow, you need to water it, nurture it, and protect it from the weeds of doubt and distraction. Take a moment to reflect on your current goals. Are they clear? Are they specific? Do they excite you? If not, it's time to revisit them. A goal should not only challenge you, but also inspire you. It should make you want to jump out of bed each morning, eager to tackle the day's task. When I first set my sights on becoming a successful businessman, I didn't know how I would achieve it, but I knew why I wanted it. I wanted to provide a better life for my family, to have financial freedom, and to make a positive impact on others. That why fueled my determination, and it's the same for you. Your goals need a strong why behind them, something that resonates deeply with you. Let me share a personal story. When I was starting out, I set a goal to save my first $1,000. It seemed like an insurmountable amount at the time, but I broke it down into smaller, manageable steps. I tracked my progress, celebrated small victories, and stayed focused. That experience taught me a valuable lesson. Goals become achievable when you break them down into actionable steps. So, how do you shape your life with goals? First, you need to be specific. Vague goals lead to vague results. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, define what success looks like for you. Is it a certain income level? A specific career achievement? Clarity is key. Second, write your goals down. There's magic in putting pen to paper. Writing crystallizes thought and turns your desires into something tangible. Keep your written goals where you can see them every day. They will serve as a constant reminder of what you're working towards. Third, review your goals regularly. A life is dynamic, and sometimes our goals need to evolve. Reviewing them keeps them fresh in your mind, allows you to adjust your course if needed. It also helps you stay motivated as you track your progress. Distractions. In our fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere. It's easy to get sidetracked by the demands of daily life. But remember, every time you say yes to a distraction, you're saying no to your goals. Stay focused and be disciplined. Ask yourself, is this helping me achieve my goal, or is it pulling me away from it? I want you to take a moment and think about a goal you've set for yourself. Maybe it's a career milestone, a fitness target, or a personal achievement. Picture yourself achieving it. How does it feel? What does your life look like once you've reached that goal? Hold on to that vision. Let it drive you, motivate you, and keep you moving forward. Achieving goals is not about having a perfect plan. It's about having the perseverance to keep going even when things get tough. It's about learning from failures and using them as stepping stones to success. And most importantly, it's about believing in yourself and your ability to make things happen. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment to start working on your goals. The perfect moment is now. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Each step you take brings you closer to your destination. Let's talk about something fundamental to achieving success: self-reliance. Why is it so powerful to achieve your goals alone? It's because it builds character, fosters independence, and instills a deep sense of pride and accomplishment. When you rely on yourself, you discover strengths you never knew you had. You become resourceful, resilient, and determined. And let me tell you, There's nothing more empowering than knowing you have the ability to shape your own destiny. And you say about this a challenge and thought, I can't do this on my own. Maybe you've doubted your capabilities, feeling overwhelmed by the sheer size of the task. It's natural to feel that way. But here's the truth. Those who achieve great things often start from a place of self-reliance. They don't wait for someone to come along and give them a hand. They take the initiative, make decisions, and take action. I remember a time when I was just starting out. I had no money, no connections, and very little experience. I could have waited for the perfect opportunity or someone to guide me. But I realized that if I wanted to achieve my goals, I had to rely on myself. I had to take the first step, even if it was a small one. One of my favorite stories of self-reliance comes from the life of Abraham Lincoln. Born into poverty, Lincoln had to work hard from a young age to support his family. He had little formal education, but he taught himself by reading every book he could get his hands on. Through sheer determination and self-reliance, he became one of the greatest presidents in American history. His life is a testament to the power of believing in yourself and taking charge of your own destiny. Self-reliance also means being responsible for your actions and decisions. It means understanding that you are in control of your life. When you take responsibility, you stop blaming others for your circumstances. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Instead, you create your own opportunities. This mindset is crucial for achieving your goals independently. Let me ask you, what holds you back from being self-reliant? Is it fear of failure? Is it a lack of confidence? Whatever it is, know that you have the power to overcome it. Fear is natural, but it should never paralyze you. Use it as a motivator, a push to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every failure brings you one step closer to your goal, as long as you learn from it and keep moving. I once knew a young woman named Sarah who dreamed of starting her own business. She had a great idea, but was scared to take the plunge. She thought she needed a partner, someone with more experience to guide her. But partners fell through, and she was left with a choice: wait indefinitely or take action on her own. Sarah decided to go for it. She learned everything she could about running a business, from accounting to marketing. She worked tirelessly, made mistakes, and learned from them. Today, she runs a successful company. Her story is a powerful example of what can happen when you rely on yourself. The mindset needed to succeed independently is one of perseverance and belief in your abilities. It's about setting clear goals and working towards them every day, no matter how small the steps. It's about being disciplined and consistent even when you don't see immediate results. This mindset is cultivated through practice and experience. Think about this. What would happen if you stopped waiting for the perfect moment or the right person to help you? What if you started taking action today with the resources you have? The power of self-reliance is that it makes you unstoppable. It gives you the courage to face challenges head-on and the resilience to bounce back from setbacks. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to start. Take that first step, no matter how small. Trust in your ability to figure things out along the way. Surround yourself with positive influences, but remember that your greatest strength comes from within. Now, let me leave you with a few practical tips. First, set clear, achievable goals. Break them down into smaller tasks that you can tackle one at a time. Second, build a routine that keeps you focused and disciplined. Consistency is key to achieving any goal. Third, seek knowledge and continuously learn. The more you know, the more equipped you are to handle challenges. And lastly, celebrate your progress. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Self-reliance is not about isolating yourself. It's about trusting yourself, taking responsibility, and knowing that you have the power to achieve your goals. It's about being proactive, resourceful, and resilient. When you embrace self-reliance, you unlock a world of possibilities. You realize that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. So believe in yourself, take action, and watch how your life transforms. You have everything you need to succeed within you. The journey to your goal starts with a single step. Take it confidently and don't look back. Let's talk about something fundamental that shapes our lives in profound ways. Our personal philosophy. You might wonder, what is a personal philosophy and why does it matter? Well, it's the lens through which we see the world, the framework that guides our decisions, and the foundation upon which we build our lives. Developing a strong philosophy is crucial for achieving your goals because it determines how you react to challenges, how you seize opportunities, and ultimately, how you shape your destiny. Will you ever stop to think about your personal philosophy? What are the beliefs and values that guide your actions? Often, we go through life without examining these deeply ingrained beliefs. But if you want to achieve your goals and live a fulfilling life, it's essential to cultivate a philosophy that supports your aspirations and independence. When I was young, I had no clear philosophy. I was drifting, influenced by circumstances and other people's opinions. It wasn't until I met my mentor that I realized the power of a well-defined philosophy. He told me, Jim, your philosophy is the major determining factor in how your life works out. That statement hit me hard. It made me reflect on my beliefs and how they were shaping my reality. So how do you cultivate a philosophy that supports independence and helps you achieve your goals? First, start with self-awareness. Take the time to reflect on your current beliefs. Are they empowering or limiting? Do they encourage you to take risks and strive for excellence, or do they hold you back? Be honest with yourself. One of those powerful philosophies you can adopt is the belief that you are responsible for your own life. This means accepting full responsibility for your actions, decisions, and outcomes. It's easy to blame others or external circumstances when things go wrong. But when you take ownership, you empower yourself to make changes and improve your situation. Let me share a story to illustrate this point. There was a young man named Mark who struggled with his career. He blamed his lack of progress on his boss, the economy, and even his colleagues. One day, he decided to attend a personal development seminar. The speaker emphasized the importance of taking responsibility for one's life. That message resonated with Mark. He realized that blaming others was only keeping him stuck. He decided to take control of his career, improve his skills, and change his attitude. Within a year, Mark's career took off. He was promoted and became a respected leader in his company. Mark's transformation started with a shift in his philosophy. Another crucial aspect of a strong philosophy is having a clear sense of purpose. Why do you do what you do? What drives you? When you have a compelling why, it fuels your motivation and keeps you focused, even when the going gets tough. Your purpose acts as a guiding star, helping you navigate through challenges and stay on course. I remember when I first started my career in sales. It wasn't easy. I faced rejection after rejection, but I had a clear purpose: to provide a better life for my family and to achieve financial independence. That purpose kept me going, even when I felt like giving up. It gave me the strength to keep knocking on doors and making calls until I succeeded. Now, let's talk about examples of successful philosophies. One of my favorites is the idea that profits are better than wages. This philosophy taught me the value of entrepreneurship and investing in myself. Wages can help you make a living, but profits can help you build a fortune. This mindset encouraged me to look for opportunities to create value and generate income beyond a regular paycheck. Another powerful philosophy is the concept of continuous learning. The world is constantly changing, and those who keep learning and adapting will always have an edge. Adopt the mindset that learning is a lifelong process. Read books, attend seminars, seek out mentors, and always be curious. This philosophy not only enhances your knowledge and skills, but also keeps you open to new ideas and opportunities. Lastly, embrace the philosophy of resilience. Life will inevitably throw challenges your way. How you respond to these challenges makes all the difference. A resilient mindset sees failure not as a setback, but as a stepping stone to success. It's about bouncing back stronger after each fall, learning from mistakes, and never giving up. Think about Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His philosophy of resilience and persistence led to the invention of the light bulb, a creation that changed the world. Edison's story reminds us that, with the right philosophy, we can overcome obstacles and achieve great. I want to encourage you to take a closer look at your personal philosophy. What beliefs are guiding your actions? Are they helping you move towards your goals or holding you back? Remember, your philosophy shapes your reality. By cultivating a strong, empowering philosophy, you set the stage for success and independence. Take responsibility, find your purpose, commit to continuous learning, and embrace resilience. With these principles, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. You have the power to shape your destiny. Believe in yourself and never stop striving for excellence. When you're working towards your goals alone, you'll inevitably face obstacles. It's part of the process. But how you handle these obstacles can make all the difference. Let's discuss some common challenges and how you can overcome them. I'll also share some stories that illustrate the incredible power of perseverance and determination. One of the biggest obstacles you might face is self-doubt. Have you ever started a project only to find that little voice in your head saying, you can't do this? Self-doubt can be paralyzing. It can stop you in your tracks before you even begin. But here's the truth. Everyone experiences self-doubt at some point. The key is not to let it control you. So, how do you overcome self-doubt? First, recognize it for what it is. Just a thought. It's not reality. When that voice of doubt creeps in, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me achieve my goals? If the answer is no, replace it with a positive affirmation. Tell yourself, I can do this. I have the skills and determination to succeed. Surround yourself with positive influences, people who believe in you and your potential. Let me share a story about a man named Jack who faced immense self-doubt. Jack dreamed of becoming a writer, but he constantly doubted his talent. He received rejection after rejection from publishers, which only fueled his self-doubt. But Jack didn't give up. He kept writing, kept submitting his work, and eventually, one publisher saw his potential. That man was Jack London, who went on to become one of America's most famous authors. His story shows that persistence and belief in oneself can overcome even the most crippling self-doubt. Another common obstacle is the lack of resources. You might think, I don't have enough money, time, or connections to achieve my goals. While it's true that resources can make the path easier, they are not the deciding factor in your success. The deciding factor is your resourcefulness, how creatively you can use what you have. Take the example of Oprah Winfrey. She grew up in poverty, faced numerous hardships, and had very few resources, but she didn't let that stop her. Oprah leveraged every opportunity, worked tirelessly, and used her unique talents to build an empire. Her story teaches us that it's not about what you have. It's about how you use what you have. One strategy to overcome the lack of resources is to break your goals down into smaller, manageable tasks. Focus on what you can do today with the resources at your disposal. Small steps taken consistently lead to significant progress over time. Also, seek out knowledge and skills that can help you make the most of your resources. Continuous learning is a powerful tool in overcoming any obstacle. Fear of failure is another hurdle many of us face. The thought of failing can be so intimidating that we don't even try. But here's a question for you. What's worse, failing or never trying? Failure is a part of success. Every successful person has failed at some point. The difference is that they didn't let failure define them. They learned from it and kept moving forward. Consider the story of Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he famously said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Edison's perspective on failure is a lesson for all of us. Each failure is an opportunity to learn and grow. To overcome the fear of failure, reframe your perspective. See each attempt as a learning experience. Celebrate your efforts, not just the outcomes. And remember, the only true failure is not trying at all. Lastly, let's talk about perseverance. Pursuing goals alone requires a relentless spirit. There will be times when progress is slow, when setbacks seem insurmountable, and when giving up feels like the easiest option. But it's during these times that perseverance makes all the difference. Think about the story of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before her success, she faced numerous rejections and was living in poverty. She could have given up, but she didn't. She kept writing, kept believing in her story, and eventually found a publisher who shared her vision. Today, her books have sold millions of copies worldwide and inspired countless readers. Her perseverance turned her dream into reality. So, how do you cultivate perseverance? Set small, achievable milestones that keep you motivated. Celebrate each victory, no matter how small. Surround yourself with a supportive community, even if it's just a few close friends who believe in your vision. And most importantly, keep your eyes on the prize. Remind yourself why you started and what you're working towards. Overcoming obstacles alone is challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. By tackling self-doubt, using your resources creatively, embracing failure as a learning tool, and cultivating perseverance, you can achieve your goals. Remember, the journey may be tough, but the rewards are worth it. Keep pushing forward, believe in yourself, and never give up. You have the power to overcome any obstacle and achieve greatness. Let's talk about two crucial elements for achieving your goals: discipline and motivation. These are the twin engines that drive success. Without discipline, it's easy to get off track. Without motivation, It's hard to keep going when things get tough. So how do we maintain both, especially when we don't have external support? First, let's consider the importance of discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's what keeps you moving forward day after day, even when the excitement fades and the work becomes routine. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Think about a time when you set a goal and started off strong, only to find your enthusiasm waning after a few weeks. Maybe you wanted to get in shape, start a new project, or learn a new skill. At first, it's exciting, but then reality sets in. You realize it requires consistent effort day in and day out. This is where discipline comes in. It's the ability to stick to your plan, regardless of how you feel in the moment. A great example of discipline is an athlete preparing for a competition. They don't train only when they feel like it. They have a schedule and they stick to it. Rain or shine, they show up. Why? Because they know that discipline is the key to success. The same principle applies to any goal you set for yourself. Now let's talk about motivation. Staying motivated without external support can be challenging, but it's not impossible. One technique is to remind yourself why you set the goal in the first place. What's the big picture? What's the end result you desire? When you keep your why in front of you, it fuels your motivation. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. The climb is tough, and there are times when you want to quit. But you keep going because you know the view from the top will be worth it. Your goal is the summit, and your why is the breathtaking view that awaits you. Keep that vision clear in your mind. Another technique to stay motivated is to break your goal into smaller, manageable tasks. Instead of focusing on the enormity of the entire goal, focus on the next step. Celebrate small victories along the way. Each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. These small wins build momentum and keep you motivated. Let me share a story about a young man named David. David wanted to write a book, but the task seemed overwhelming. He didn't have a publisher, and no one was pushing him to get it done. But he set a daily word count goal and disciplined himself to write every day. Some days were easier than others, but he kept going. He stayed motivated by visualizing his book in the hands of readers. After many months of consistent effort, David finished his manuscript. His book was eventually published and became a success. David's story is a testament to the power of discipline and self-motivation. Now let's discuss the role of daily habits and routines. Your daily habits are the building blocks of your goals. They shape your life and determine your success. Establishing a routine helps you stay disciplined and makes it easier to stay motivated. Start by identifying the key habits that will move you closer to your goal. If you want to improve your health, develop habits like regular exercise, healthy eating, and sufficient sleep. If you want to grow your business, focus on habits like networking, learning, and consistent effort. Consistency is the secret to success. It's not about making big, dramatic changes overnight. It's about making small, positive changes and sticking with them. Over time, these small changes add up to significant results. I once knew a woman named Maria who wanted to run a marathon. She had never run more than a mile in her life, but she started with small, consistent steps. She ran a little bit each day, gradually increasing her distance. She established a routine and stuck to it, even when it was hard. After months of disciplined training, Maria completed her first marathon. Her success was the result of her daily habits and unwavering commitment. Discipline and motivation are essential for achieving your goals. Discipline keeps you on track, while motivation keeps you moving forward. By understanding the importance of both, developing techniques to stay motivated, and establishing strong daily habits and routines, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. Remember, the key to success is not in grand gestures, but in consistent discipline. Keep your eyes on the prize, stay motivated, and take small steps every day. With discipline and motivation, you have the power to turn your dreams into reality. Friends, one of the most powerful tools at your disposal for achieving your goals is self-education. In a rapidly changing world, the ability to educate yourself continuously is not just a luxury. Self-education empowers you to adapt, grow, and reach new heights. Have you ever felt stuck, unable to progress because you didn't have the necessary skills or knowledge? I know I have. But here's the good news. You have the power to change that. You have the power to educate yourself and overcome any barrier. Self-education is about taking control of your own learning process. It's about being proactive, seeking out knowledge, and applying it to your life. When I was younger, I realized that the formal education I had received was just the beginning. The real learning began when I took responsibility for my own education. I remember meeting a man who had never finished high school. He felt he had missed out on opportunities because of his lack of formal education. But instead of giving up, he decided to educate himself. He read books, attended seminars, and listened to tapes. Over time, he gained more knowledge and skills than many college graduates. Today, he runs a successful business and attributes his success to his commitment to self-education. So how can you embrace self-education to achieve your goals? First, cultivate a love for learning. Be curious, ask questions, seek out new information, read books, listen to podcasts, watch educational videos, and attend workshops. The resources available today are incredible. Take advantage of them. One of the most effective methods of self-education is reading. Books are a treasure trove of knowledge, and the best part is they are accessible to everyone. When you read a book, you're not just absorbing information. You're also learning from the experiences and insights of others. You're standing on the shoulders of giants. Another powerful method is learning from others. Find mentors who can guide you and provide valuable insights. Mentors don't have to be people you meet in person. They can be authors, speakers, or experts in your study their work. Listen to their advice and apply their lessons to your own life. Let me share a story about a young entrepreneur named Susan. She wanted to start her own business, but didn't have the background or experience. Instead of getting discouraged, she decided to educate herself. She read every book she could find on entrepreneurship, attended online courses, and sought advice from successful business owners. Her dedication paid off. Susan not only started her business, but also grew it into a thriving enterprise. Her story is a testament to the power of self-education. Continuous learning and self-improvement go hand in hand. As you acquire new knowledge, you also need to apply it. Knowledge alone is not enough. It's the application of knowledge that leads to growth. Practice what you learn. Experiment. Make mistakes and learn from them. This process of trial and error is how you turn information into wisdom. The impact of knowledge on personal growth is profound. When you educate yourself, you expand your horizons. You see the world differently. You become more confident, more capable, and more prepared to tackle challenges. Knowledge gives you the tools to solve problems, make better decisions, and achieve your goals. Think about the areas of your life could benefit from more knowledge. Is it your career, your health, your relationships? Identify these areas and commit to learning more about them. Set aside time each day for self-education. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just 30 minutes a day can make a huge difference over time. In my own life, self-education has been a game changer. It has opened doors I never thought possible. It has allowed me to grow personally and professionally, and it continues to be a source of inspiration and empowerment. I've learned that the more I know, the more I realize how much I still have to learn, and that's a beautiful thing. Self-education is a powerful tool that can help you achieve your goals. By continuously learning and improving, you equip yourself with the knowledge and skills needed to navigate life's challenges and seize opportunities. Remember, education doesn't stop when you leave school. It's a lifelong process that can transform your life. So take charge of your own learning, seek out knowledge, and watch how it empowers you to reach your full potential. You have the power to educate yourself and achieve greatness. Use it wisely. Let's talk about building and maintaining momentum. Momentum is the force that keeps you moving toward your goals, even when the road gets tough. It's like pushing a heavy boulder uphill. At first, it takes a tremendous amount of effort to get it moving. But once it starts rolling, it gains speed. It becomes almost unstoppable. So how do you build momentum towards your goals? It all starts with taking the first step. Think about a time when you set a goal and felt overwhelmed by the enormity of it. Maybe it was starting a new business, getting in shape, or learning a new skill. The key is to break it down into small, manageable tasks. Focus on one step at a time. When you accomplish each small task, you gain confidence and build momentum. I remember when I decided to improve my health. At first, the thought of changing my entire lifestyle seemed daunting, but I started small. I committed to walking 20 minutes a day. That simple act of walking each day gradually turned into longer walks, then running, and eventually a complete overhaul of my diet and exercise routine. Each small step built momentum, and before I knew it, I had transformed my health. Now, what happens when you hit a roadblock? Challenges are inevitable, but they don't have to derail your progress. The key is to develop strategies to keep moving forward despite these obstacles. One effective strategy is to stay flexible. If one approach isn't working, don't be afraid to try something different. Adapt and adjust your plan as needed. Let me share a story about a young man named Michael. Michael was passionate about creating a nonprofit to help underprivileged children. He faced numerous setbacks, from funding issues to finding the right team. But Michael stayed flexible. When one funding source fell through, he found another. When a team member left, he recruited someone new. His ability to adapt and stay focused on his mission kept the momentum going. Today, his nonprofit is thriving and making a significant impact. Another important strategy is to celebrate small victories. Each time you achieve a milestone, take a moment to acknowledge your progress. This not only boosts your morale, but also reinforces the positive behavior that led to your success. Celebrating small wins keeps you motivated and reminds you that you're on the right path. Think about Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's relentless pursuit of his goal and his ability to celebrate small discoveries along the way exemplify the power of maintaining momentum through challenges. Consistency is also crucial. The compounding effect of consistent effort cannot be underestimated. When you commit to taking small, consistent actions every day, the results accumulate over time and create significant progress. It's like planting seeds in a garden. Each day, you water and care for the plants. At first, you might not see much growth, but over time, those small daily actions lead to a bountiful harvest. Let's take the example of a woman named Lisa who wanted to write a novel. She set a goal to write just 500 words a day. Some days were easier than others, but she remained consistent. After several months, those 500 words a day turned into a completed manuscript. Lisa's success was not due to a sudden burst of inspiration, but to her commitment to consistent daily effort. What small, consistent actions can you take today that will move you closer to your goals? Remember, it's the daily habits that create lasting change. Make a plan, stick to it, and watch how the momentum builds. Building and maintaining momentum is about taking that first step, staying flexible in the face of challenges, celebrating small victories, and committing to consistent effort. The compounding effect of these actions can lead to extraordinary results. You have the power to create unstoppable momentum toward your goals. Start small, stay consistent, and never lose sight of your vision. With each step forward, you are building the future you desire. Keep pushing that boulder. And soon enough, you'll find yourself at the top of the hill, looking back at how far you've come. You can do it. Stay focused, stay committed, and keep the momentum going.